Hello everyone and welcome to episode 79 of the TEW 2020 New Japan Pro Wrestling series here on the channel. That is the Autumn Attack Tour, and what a unique main event we have, as man, this is going to be massive indeed, as we have the card here. So we have, for the main event, it's a junior heavyweight title match for the first time in, God, I don't know, trying to even think in the save, when's the last time we had a junior heavyweight title match, a main event that wasn't like a best super junior finals? At least, just from a junior heavyweight title. I think it was. Now I'm thinking about it. I think one of the Fantastica Manias, I want to say it's the second one or the first one, had Shelly and Pac, or had Pac and Mystico as the main event. And that, from what I remember, that did really well. So that's the first time since then. But it's going to be Ryu Lee and Jonathan Gresham. So the reason why we have this as the main event. So we're building up to Zack Sabre Jr. and Pac for Royal Quest. Hence why the co-main is Zack and Makabe against Pac and Ray Phoenix, which that's a fun tag match. But obviously we didn't want that have that be the main event. And also Okada and the Headhunter. Now this whole new wrinkle of Okada, as far as we'll talk about that throughout this episode, but right now we'll just Okada's going through a change is what we're gonna say for the time being. But he's obviously that and Yoshihashi, and it's going to be a different type of match than probably what is expected. A lot of drama in that one, as far as that's going to be more of a different pace than what we usually see for these Japanese heavyweight matches, as far as these Japanese heavyweight singles matches, especially on these major shows. Very much a different feel with that matchup. But the Never Boy title matchup, Calvin Tankman and Naoya Tamura. So I felt, again, Ryu Lee and Jonathan Gresham feel like that's going to be the better match. That's why this gets the main event and this gets slotted here. But that's going to be a fun match, though. Two absolute hosses in there, going to be beating the shit out of each other, that is for sure. And, as far as, because Volter, of course, is injured, so we can't have an Intercontinental title matchup. We're going to have a U.S. title matchup at Royal Quest, so we're not going to be, obviously having that as a main event either. So we're in a weird spot where we're really pushing the Royal Quest show while also wanting to have Autumn Attack be special in its own right. So we're kind of at a crossroads a little bit with that. Because that Royal Quest show, it's stacked, like top to bottom. That's going to be a crazy ass show. That might even be better than this show. When you see the card, you'll be like, oh my gosh, I can see why. Because already with Zack and Pac for the heavyweight title, that's already a big enough matchup. There's going to be Claudio Castagnoli versus Tyler Black as well for the U.S. title, which that's a pretty insane match as well. Which funny enough, that doesn't get billed on the final show, but it's going to get billed throughout the card. So just wanted to preface that, because you're going to be seeing matches leading up to Tyler Black and Claudio Castagnoli on this show, or on this tour. So that's why I wanted to preference that, because I'm sure people might be like, oh my god, why is this going on? I just wanted to make sure, hey, that's happening at Royal Quest. So, as far as there's a reason why behind that. But probably the second best match on this card, maybe even the third best, depending on how that co-main event does. House of Torture versus LIJ in a six-man tag, Never Boy six-man tag team matchup. So it's going to be Tetsuya Naito, Hiromu and Sanada, of course, defending their belts against Jay White, Miro, and Brody King. So major six-man there. Are we going to see double champs in Jay White and Miro, or will the LIJ team retain once again? And then for the G1 briefcase, the new holder of that briefcase, Juice Robinson taking on Will Hobbs. That's a fun match, as far as Juice and Will Hobbs. It's a pretty solid G1 match from what I remember. I want to say it's like an 82, 83. So it should be around that here for this matchup. I'm excited to see how that plays out. But Juice, as far as I think, with the help of the Headhunter, obviously beating Okada, but it's going to be interesting to see what he does in the Okada Headhunter matchup. We're going to see another interference from the Court of Justice. Are we going to see a disheveled, Juice Robinson? Will Hobbs might win this G1 briefcase matchup, and he'll be the new guy going on to the main event to take on Zack Sabre Jr. A lot of interesting things can still happen, because there's still a lot of time left before we get to Wrestle Kingdom. But right now, the main event is Juice Robinson and potentially whoever wins between Zack and Pac. So we might have a Gaijin main event. So how the tables have turned already just from the G1 finals to now. It's been quite the roller coaster as far as what's been the ever-changing main event. And then the, as far as we have the junior heavyweight tag team title matchup, United Empire Time Splitters. So obviously, since the Time Splitters won the junior tag team titles in that four-way at Wrestle Dynasty, just makes sense that the United Empire team gets a chance at a rematch with a straight-up 2v2 matchup. So that should be fun. And then the opener, it's going to be an 8-man. I don't know why Kota Ibushi got removed from that. Then just go ahead and add that. So yeah, Rushmore, obviously, AJ, the Bucks, Roderick Strong against Hiroshi Tanahashi, Naoto Fujinami, Katsuyori Shibata, and Kota Ibushi. Now, the reason why this is opening up the show is this is Shibata's swan song. This is his final match with New Japan. I thought about having a Katsuyori Shibata retirement show, since that's kind of a thing that usually happens with New Japan talent. But I think with having Shibata's story, and he telling the office just like, I don't want that bullshit. I don't want that send off. I don't want to, all the spotlight being on me, and kind of like he doesn't want to bask in that. As far as he doesn't want to make it all about himself, he wants to go out there and kick some ass and kind of be done with it. He is the wrestler after all, and that's kind of the big marketing point for him for this. But that's going to be obviously special to have Shibata's last match. It's quite the different last match than what he had, obviously, with Okada. Originally, obviously, but then to come back, and now that it sucks, because right now, obviously, as we're in real life here, as far as this is a much, much different Kazuchika Okada, Katsuyori Shibata, than there is in this save, because with Katsuyori Shibata in the save, he has gone downhill, but obviously, right now, in the wrestling world, he has been incredible, and he's I think slowly getting back into more of an active schedule. So that's just exciting to think about what's on the horizon for that man in the future. But yeah, that's going to be a fun matchup. Also, we're going to have Tanahashi and Fujinami, of course, they're the New Japan Strong Openweight Tag Team Champions. They're going to defend their belt against the Young Bucks at the Strong taping that's happening before this Autumn Attack show. So it's going to be a couple weeks from now. We'll highlight that when that happens. But yeah, we'll hop right into night one here, day one, if you will. As they got us some Budokan for this show. That's kind of crazy. Oh, that's right. We also, it's the Yokohama Budokan. It's not the actual Budokan. So we added some venues finally. I was like, you know what, fuck it. Let's go ahead and just try to add some more, which I'm super happy about, especially in America, because you could see we got a lot more stadiums, got a lot more places. There's MetLife, which we already had MetLife, but yeah, there's obviously the Garden. I'm trying to think of where's a new, there's Care Dome. I think, Penn State's stadium, that's new. I think Yankee Stadium's new. I don't remember having that last time. Red Bull Arena, the soccer stadium where the New York Red Bulls play. Just a lot more stadiums. Mainly the big thing was Southwest. We got to have the MGM Grand Arena, which that was cool to have, and the T-Mobile Arena as well. We also have there it is, SoFi Stadium, which we should probably the capacity is 70,000. I think that's fair to have. And there's Chase Field, of course, we just ran. Did they trying to remember the goddamn I don't know why I'm blanking on the San Francisco 49ers stadium. But there's Oakland Arena, which is where the Warriors play, and so a couple of more, venues, selections, which is nice. Sick. So yeah, there's Dodger Stadium. I'm sure it's in here. I just, for some reason, there's formerly the goddamn Staples Center, goddamn Crypto.com Arena. There's some bullshit. There's where the Raiders play, where the Las Vegas Rebels play. So yeah, we added some more venues, which is just great. Great for everybody involved. It's awesome. It's not the Toyota Arena. No, because that's Ontario, California. No, I think that's where I was thinking that's where WrestleMania 2000 was, but I don't think that's the case, because I think that was in Anaheim, not Ontario, but that the oh, that I remember that. That's where we ran that's where New Japan ran the Long Beach, California shows. So yeah, let's go back to Japan. Oh, do we have? Oh, we do have some places to run in Shoku. That's cool. We got some more places to run. That's nice to see. Yeah, we'll run here. I think that's a good call. That's nice that we have a couple more places. Some of them don't have descriptions, which some because I added, but some because that's what came from the. I want to say it was one of the more updated, 2023 mods. Yeah, we'll just run the Amino Value Hall for this night one. But yeah, as far as so we got Brody and Black Taurus against Naito and Aroma. It's just a fun little tag match there. Just because I want to see some different things from this kind of tour, because it's a little bit on the bigger side. Yeah, there's 8 shows, and then obviously the Autumn Attack show. But yeah, the big thing about this is no word or sign from Kazuchika Okada. Okada seemingly has disappeared. He's nowhere to be found. They have a match scheduled that Okada was supposed to be there for, and Doring's just like, all right, Francesco, you're the next man up, since he's not here. And then we'll add that. It's Chaos versus Court of Justice. So I'll open up the show, as it's a 8-man tag, of course. And the Headhunter's going to get the win. He's going to beat Goto. Obviously, we have the unmasked Headhunter and Yoshihashi, but he's still going to be called the Headhunter. He's still not going to be Yoshihashi. Yoshihashi's dead. He's dead. But, and then we'll have at least the Technical Masterclass matchup while I'm thinking about it. I'm trying to think. I want to say it's Tamato and Hammerstone against Taguchi and Kojima. I could be wrong. Yes, it is. Scotchy Tamato's going to get the win. So Hammerstone, funny enough, he is not going to renew his contract. He wants to go on to bigger and better things, he said. So we'll be jobbing him out relatively soon, but just not right now for this first day. Give that team a win, mainly because I want to see Kazhimato get a win. Yeah, we'll have that be the opener, then go into that matchup. I know we're kind of back. We're booking this ass backwards a little bit, but that's okay. We'll get it straightened up. But the United Empire, Task Force Death, the 6-man tag. This is a hell of a 6-man. First of all, obviously the Death Triangle of Pac and the Lucha Brothers taking on Makabe and Gresham and Zack Sabre Jr. Don't think this has ever been done before, which is pretty nuts, because that's going to be a hell of a main event. Good luck topping that. I believe, I actually ran through it too quick to see who was winning. Makabe's beating Pentagon Jr. That's right. That's nice win for United Empire. I mean, it's probably this is the co-main. Brody and Black Taurus against Hiromu and Naito's. Naito's going to be Black Taurus there. Might be House of Torture LIJ, depending on what it is. An 8-man. I think we'll have it be right before. So wait a minute, this is all fuckered up here. Because, yeah, there's... Hold on here. Yeah, we're going to have to fix something. Alrighty. I see shenanigans afoot. So, yeah, Brody and Black Taurus, I want to say what was supposed to happen. Now I'm thinking about it, I was going to... Yeah, because... Oh, that's what it is. We're having, is it Volter and Brody's at Royal Quest? Hold on, I gotta bring up the schedule. Yes, that's what's happening. And that was obviously what was supposed to be here. But because Volter's still hurt, we can't build to that just yet. But we can do a little something here. We'll go with Alexander and Jarvis instead. There we go. Nice little switcheroo. Now, Josh Alexander did just injure himself at the New Japan Strong Table thanks to... it's not going to say it. Thanks to Shota Umino. He injured him with a botch move. So that just unfortunate. But yeah, we'll have... Black Taurus beat Corey Jarvis. Fuck yeah. Nice win for Dark Order. Yeah, changing that around. As that's now going to be here. That can go there as the co-main. And we'll need our Steal the Show matchup, which is going to be Top Flight versus Dan Garcia and Kyle O'Reilly. What a tag match. This nice little junior tag match. Kyle O'Reilly getting the win. And yeah, we fumble fucked around, but we figured it out. Finally. finally figured it out. But yeah, I think that's going to be a solid little show, actually. Just want to make sure we're good to go. Besides, yeah, alright, we're good to go. It does run it. That's first day. Yeah, the angle. Just opens up the show, and it's like, well, guess we gotta do this without him. So 53 for the opener, Jesus. Brutal. Somehow doesn't destroy the show, I don't know how, but yeah, Kojima and Taguchi. They are over the hill on where they should be. I can't believe Kojima's still going at it, though. Obviously, Tenzan just retired. We're waiting on Kojima to join the rankings. Same thing with Taguchi, probably, but yeah, it's just brutal. Brutal to see those guys at the tail end of their careers here. And then 66 for the 8-man. Another guy that's over the hill, and Hiroki Goto with that 38. Brutal. Just brutal. But yeah, the headhunter getting the submission win with the guillotine choke over Hiroki Goto. Juice carrying this one. So shout out Juice and Anar as well. It's kind of crazy. Court of Justice were the better team. That's kind of wild. Yeah, Doring's not really performing at the level he used to be. Chaos is a bit of a mess right now. 68 for Top Flight and Daniel Garcia and Kyle O'Reilly, mainly because Ashino's hurt right now, so it's just a mess. But yeah, Garcia and Kyle O'Reilly getting the win, ankle lock win for them. But yeah, pretty close. The wrong team won. Top Flight was the better team. But shout out these two junior teams killing it there. Nice to see 71 for Brody and Black Taurus against Alexander and Jarvis, which I figured at least Josh Alexander's injured for just a little bit of time. I think it's like 5 days or so. So luckily he'll be back to 100% relatively soon. But yeah, Brody and Black Taurus getting the win. Black Taurus with the Infernal Suplex over Jarvis. Yeah, love to see it. It was off his game. Then we went an 80 for the co-main event. As Ishimori getting the win over Bushi. We need to fix this shit. I've been pushing that off for so long. But Hiromu and Sanada were the best guys in the match, followed by Jay White and Miro. Not bad, but yeah, Naito. And as far as seeing Naito and Hiromu and Jay White and Miro not being involved in the finish there, mainly just obviously junior guys being involved. I think that makes sense. In 89 for the main event to save this show. As Makabe pinning Pentagon Jr. with the arm trap German suplex. Crazy that Gresham was a 73 there. Not sure what happened. But it got the crowd buzzing, though, of course, for this matchup. Just inconsistency and holding back. Shocking, he did that bad. But a solid 6-man, obviously. That went very, very well. 84. We'll gladly take that. Hell yeah, what a great start for the tour. On to day 2 we go. Alrighty, day 2. And so this is backstage instance. Bull Nakano, I was in a great mood. Oh god, everyone in a good mood, rather, when she set up a pancake station and started cooking for everyone. Wow. That was nice. Oh, nice. Daichi Muhammad, that was part from Wrestling Court. Accused of being absorbed by his phone. He should have been paying attention to the locker room meeting as the judge Shinsuke Nakamura found him guilty and sentenced by a crate of beer for the locker room. Alrighty, back. Oh, I don't know why I tried to click it again. Yeah, I think we're gonna skip Kanto for now. Yes, let's run. Let's see, and then there it is, Nagoya Congress Center. I was about to say, it's somewhere around here. Trying to think if there's any more. Oh, there's a new 2,000-seater, though. The Nagano Sports Park Gymnasium. Oh, fuck it, let's run there. Hell yeah. Well, that works out. And there's a 2,005... Man. Well, we should probably just run here. Fuck it. Boy, how nice. Nice to have two venues. Nice. So, the main event. Let's see here. So we got Golden Ace against AJ and Roddy. That's a pretty solid main event. We also have Tyler Black and Malachi Black against Claudio and Fred Yehai. Got the Bucks against Shibata and Narita. A lot of straight-up tag matches. I do like that. We'll probably go with this as the main, though. Zabushi's going to beat Roderick Strong. I want to say they've had a match before. I guess not. They had the, they had the big-ass 10-man. Or the 8-man, rather. And it's, I thought that would be... Oh, yeah, that's a big-ass 8-man. That was at the Road to Wrestling Dutaku back in April. So that's the only time they've interacted with each other. But Ibushi going to be beating Roderick Strong there. I do like the Order of Destruction against Justice here. Tankman's going to beat Hanare. So obviously Hanare's the only guy that's not booked on the final show. Tyler Black, Malachi Black, and Suzuki-gun. As Tyler Black's going to beat Fred Yehai in 20 minutes. Then we have Dark Order versus United Empire. This might be Technical Masterclass matchup, depending on what it is. Well, straight up 6-man. We gotta change Walter out of that match. So we'll just go ahead and, let's see. Trying to think who would be a good replacement for that man. You know, just have Josh. Might go Daniel Makabe. I don't hate that. Sick. And, yeah, we'll still have Dark Order getting another win. I like it. I like it a lot. So I guess we just don't have a Steelers Row matchup. We'll have to add one, but Coughlin and Connors are obviously going to beat the Young Lions here. Then a tactical mass class matchup, but the Young Bucks beating the House of Enochiism as Matt Jackson pinning Ren Narita there in 16 minutes. We'll go with this, I guess. This is the Steelers Row matchup. It's probably our best case scenario. Sick. 666. So we should be good to go again on the... Yeah, we are good to go. Only thing is just Ren Narita's booked too much, but other than that, I think it's a really, really solid show, actually. A lot of just straight-up tag matches. Literally everything is a straight-up tag match besides the Dark Order United Empire 6-man, but I like that it's kind of right in the middle to kind of change up the pace of the show. 60 for the opener, Coughlin Connors beating Yumanzai and Takeshi Masada, which it's nice that Takeshi Masada is finally in the 40s. That's a good sign for him. The Young Lions are performing. Not bad. They're coming together. But yeah, sellout crowd, 2,500. This one's the Young Bucks beating Ren Narita and Katsuri Shibata. As yeah, Nick Jackson, Matt Jackson, they're a much better team, and they get the win there with the Mountain Driver over Ren Narita. I think that just makes sense. 76 for the 6-man, the Dark Order against United Empires. Evil pinning Corey Jarvis. Everything is evil. Makabe best guy in the match, no surprise there. Figure with Brody and Evil, or not Brody and Evil. Well, Evil he was the third best guy in the match. It's crazy how better the Dark Order team was, like as a collective rather. But obviously, Makabe, because he was so much better than everybody else, he brings United Empire to being the better team. But I got the crowd buzzing though. We'll gladly take that at 77 for the tag match between Tyler Black, Malachi Black against Fred Yehi and Claudio Castagnoli. What a match here. Well, the wrong team wins. Claudio and Yehi were the better team. That's pretty shocking. But, yeah, Tyler Black with God's last gift over Fred Yehi. Hell of a tag match. 83 for the Order of Destruction against Justice. Just gaijin heavy. These tag matches, one after another. Besides, Evil was in that 6-man. But the Order of Destruction getting the win in 20 minutes. Tankman with the Doomsday Plunge. 83 again for Golden Ace against AJ Styles and Roderick Strong as Kota Ibushi with the Kamigori over Roderick Strong in 20 minutes. A nice little win there for Tanahashi and Ibushi. Yeah, much better team. It was full on. I think that was just the better matchup. But yeah, what a nice little card. It flowed pretty well there. It was a little bit better, but we'll take the 82. It's on to day 3. Alrighty, day 3. It's another backstage incident as one of the young lions, Akuya Miyagi, is brought for Russell's court, accused of making a mess backstage, not cleaning it up, knowing everyone else is the judge. Shinsuke Nakamura found them guilty and sentenced to clean it up and then buy drinks after the show. God damn it, Akuya Miyagi. You're getting paid like $20 a show and you're working in the dojo all the time. You can't be doing that. So yeah, Brody and Black Taurus against Daniel Makabe and Lee Moriarty. As, we'll have a promo here from Juice Robinson and the Headhunter. We'll air it pre-show. Basically, this is added to New Japan World before the tour, and it's just saying Juice is just Okada's running scared. No one still hasn't seen or heard from him. It's only makes sense that Okada would tuck his tail between his legs and start running away from what happened. Is the Headhunter, he still wants his hands, on Kazuchika Okada type of thing. So it's just kind of building up more that Okada's running scared. But then we'll have Hobbs and Evil against Juice Robinson and the Headhunter, as it's going to open up the show a little bit different to what we usually do, but the Headhunter's going to beat Evil. So it's a nice win for Yoshihashi there. Dark Order Dragon's Den might potentially be the main event, depending on what it is. Yeah, it's Tankman and Alex Reynolds and John Silver against Tamura, Kyle O'Reilly, and Daniel Garcia. I love this match, first of all, but a nice little win for Tamura. there for Dragon's Den as well, as they're going to beat John Silver. We got Gresham and Gavin McGavin against Samurai Del Sol and Ryu Lee. Except for Steal the Show, Samurai Del Sol is going to beat Gavin McGavin there. We will bump that down, switch that around. Yeah, we're kind of all over the place here because I'm not really sure what's going to be the main event. Maybe this 8-man? Yeah, definitely this 8-man. So Zack, Makabe, Kazuchika Okada, and the Great O'Khan against Kenta, Pac, Ray Fenix, and Eddie Kingston, as the Great O'Khan's going to be beating Eddie Kingston there in 20 minutes. Yeah, pretty solid main event. So now, we have to change this. Because, yeah, it can't be Makabe and Moriarty. It's, trying to think what would be a good call here. Might go Coughlin Connors. Don't hate that. It's a little different. But yeah, giving Brody the win. Nice. And then Dorada and Flamita against the Young Lions of Akuya Miyagi and Yuya Koroku, as Flamita's going to get the win in 10 minutes. That's going to open up the show. So it'll be after the Tactical Masterclass matchup. Yeah, we'll have... Bump that down. Oh, I didn't add the Brody Lee, Black Taurus, Coughlin Connors matchup. There we go. So we'll have that be after that. Alright, so a pretty solid show. Obviously, the main event, I think, will be the best thing on the card. See, do we run Korakuen, or do we run... I'm trying to think. Yeah, they got a lot of this smaller... Yeah, they got the Differ. I think that we've always had the Differ, though. I don't remember seeing it. Just cool to see. It is, the Subu Dome. It's wild. I don't think we had the Subu Dome. Yeah, I think that's a new one. That's cool. Yeah, I think we're gonna run Korakuen here. I think that just kind of... Well, we are running the National Stadium, so we should probably hold off on that, actually. Oh, wow, we got some new Izen Kyushu to Bibu Beacon Plaza. That works. I don't know, 3,000. We'll be close to sellout. Or we'll just full-on sell out the Yamaguchi KDDI Ishin Hall. Either way. Yeah, we'll just run the 3,000. See, venue close to sellout. Not quite, but yeah, the promo does okay. 60, we'll take it. 61 for the opener. Dorada and Flamita beating Yuya Koroku and Akuya Miyagi. 450 splash from Flamita over Akuya Miyagi. 64 for Evil and Will Hobbs against the Headhunter and Juice. I'm surprised the Will Hobbs Evil team did as good as it did. But yeah, back to Belly Pile Driver. The Guillotine Justice is what that's called. That's it's crazy to hit it on Evil, but also Yoshihashi in the game when he went to Mexico, he kind of got a little fat. I think he's considered an obese middleweight, so maybe he's got the size to do that now. But it's just kind of funny. That's the way to shoot your way up to the card, at the top of the card in Mexico. As then Gresham and Gavin McGavin against Mexa Blood, Samurai Del Sol getting the win over Gavin McGavin with a Del Sol driver. Nice little win for Ryu Lee and Samurai Del Sol there. Nice little match, I'd say, overall. Brody Lee and Black Taurus, though, beating Coughlin Connors. A nice little match. Obviously, two teams with excellent chemistry. Brody and Black Taurus were the better team. It was close, though. It was close. Brody bomb from Brody over Clark Connors. I like it. Nice little match there. 76 for Dark Order in the Dragon's Den. Tamura pinning John Silver with a Hato driver. Solid stuff, yeah. Just Alex Reynolds, worst guy in the match. Other than that, it was basically... close to dead even as it can get. I would say a little bit more in the favor of Tankman and Silver, mainly because the ratings are there, but it's a little closer to O'Reilly and Tamura there. That is a close one. It is super close. Could have went either way. It's an 80 for our main event. It's Great O'Khan tapping out Eddie Kingston with the Cobra Clutch. Yeah, Makabe outperforming Zack Sabre Jr. That is fucking hilarious. Yeah, Makabe, Pac, and Kenta all did better than the heavyweight champion, and Ray Fenix was very close. He was a point away. But yeah, Great O'Khan submitting Eddie Kingston there. A nice little 79. We'll take it. We'll take it. It's almost at the halfway point now on the night 4. And we'll keep it rolling. Alrighty, day 4. That's so funny that last year at the Autumn Attack, that's right, he was preparing for his return because he got injured during the G1, and now he's gone AWOL. No one knows where he's at. But Tanahashi's passing on selling tips to Yuma Anzai. Oh yeah, then we got the Young Bucks, Tanahashi, Shibata, Ibushi and Abe, AJ Styles, Roderick Strong, so kind of basically splitting up that opening 8-man into 2 matches there. Jarvis and Gulak against Hammerstone and Shelley. I think that's going to be a Jarvis win over Hammerstone, if I believe. We also have LIJ versus House of Torture as well. This might be a solid main event. There's a 6-man. The Naito is going to beat Ishimori, so that's a nice win for LIJ. Beating House of Torture in 20 minutes. It's a solid main event, I think. But this is a good co-main. Ibushi and Abe against AJ and Roderick Strong. Roddy's going to beat Abe. That's a huge win for them. Bucks against Tanahashi and Shibata. Tanahashi's going to beat Matt Jackson there, so a nice win for Tanahashi and Shibata. That's potentially for the final time, teaming up. Mexa Blood United Empire, that's probably a Steal the Show match if I had to guess. I guess not, as Gresham's going to beat Dorada. Gresham, as far as United Empire, they could use a win. I'm glad they get it there. So now we got, so this must be the Steal the Show match. Tomato and Jeff Cobb against Tomoya Arata and Kira Francesco of Chaos. So Arata's going to beat Jeff Cobb. Nice win for Chaos. Jeff Cobb's a little unhappy about that. Then Jarvis and Gulak against the Kingdom of Strong Style, as a Kingdom of Strong Style will not be winning this. Jarvis will be beating Alexander Hammerstone. Oh, not Alex Shelley. Sick. Well, you shouldn't have wanted to leave. You son of a bitch. Again, we don't want to run Kanto. Yeah, we already ran Joku. I even can run Joku here. I think that's... Yeah, the Dreamies and Toyoku. Don't mind that at all. Alright. Pretty straightforward show. The 67th day opener, though, is Gulak and Jarvis beating Shelley and Hammerstone. So Jarvis with the sleeper, 20 minutes. A nice win. Corey Jarvis. 62 for Kazuchika Okada and Jeff Cobb against Francesco and Harada. As, Harada with the sliding layered over Jeff Cobb. Jeff Cobb was the worst guy in the match. So glad he gets pinned there. Nice win for Harada, though, and Francesco. So the best guy in the match. Shout out to him as, Mexa Blood against United Empire. As United Empire getting the win. He pins Harada after the spike driver. Gavin McGowan was the worst guy in the match. Really wasn't close with a 56. Probably should have got the win there. Did Mexa Blood, but that's okay. Don't think they really need it going into the final show. But the Young Bucks losing to Tanahashi and Shibata. As Tanahashi with high fly flow over Matt Jackson. At least Matt was the worst guy of the two to take the fall. But it's crazy to think Jackson was the best guy in the match. It's just funny. But 78 there for the tag matchup. And 78 again for Abe and Kota Ibushi against Roderick Strong and AJ Styles, as Roddy beating Abe with a stronghold. That was a tough one. Probably should just let AJ beat Abe, but that's okay. Nonetheless, it was a decent little matchup. Good matchup, I guess, according to TEW. And then 83 for the main event. It's Naito pinning Ishimori the Destino. Hiromu doing a lot of the heavy lifting, but Jay White and Miro doing well there as well. It's crazy that Naito almost got outperformed by Bushi. Nuts to see. But yeah, nice little 83. We'll take it. Yeah, that's a solid little show. Solid little show. At the halfway point now. On day 5, we go. Alright, day 5. And some backstage incidents. Tanahashi passing on selling to Yuma Anzai. And then Yuji Nagata passing on psychology to the Great Old Khan. So for this show, main event. So we got Jay White and Parker against Hiromu and Bushi. That's a solid little match, actually. We'll add it as the main for now. Hiromu's going to beat Drew Parker, though. Nice little win for LIJ. We have House of Torture versus Los Ingobernables, so it's the rest of LIJ, but so it's going to be Miro, Brody King, and Masashi Takeda, which, what a six-man. And then Naito, Sanada, and Shingo. This is a fun match. Sucks that Takeda is not at that level that he probably should be. Shingo's going to beat him, though, in 20 minutes. Tough break. Tough break. We're also going to have... So we got Nakamura and Hammerstone against United Rage. As Nakamura... No, we'll have him not beat the Great Okan. The idea was going to build to a Okan Nakamura New Japan Strong Openweight title matchup, but I think that's a little... I don't think that's a good call, kind of thinking about it. Let's have Kitamura beat Hammerstone. Like that a little bit more. Yeah, let's see what this United Empire Kingdom of Strong Style matchup is. So it's Makabe. And then with Moriarty and Gulak against Jeff Cobb in the Time Splitters. As Jeff Cobb's going to beat Daniel Makabe. That's a tough break for Daniel Makabe, but I just feel like from a size perspective, at least that makes sense. Dragon's Den versus Flight Club. As what a six-man, though. Nice little junior six-man. O'Reilly, Garcia, and Show against Shane Strickland in Top Flight. Love it. Shane Strickland's going to beat Show. Then Tanahashi, Fujinami, and Katsuri Shibata against Rushmore as Matt Jackson. Yeah, let's have Fujinami get a win here. Yeah, it's Fujinami or Roddy. I like it. Like it a lot. Yeah, I think it's a pretty solid card. We might move. Kind of want to swap these matches. I don't know, though. I think it's a good call to just kind of keep that up there and have that be right after the opener. Yeah, let's pick a venue. Again, we will not be running Kanto, as we'll be running the Toyoshi General Gym. Actually, let's run the Nagoya Congress Center. Sick. Alright, 76 for the opener. Tanahashi and Nick Jackson, best performers of this matchup. But Roddy and Matt Jackson did actually really well. Fujinami he outperforms, doesn't outperform Roderick Strong, rather, Jesus, as, Roddy, they probably should have got the win, looking at it, but the Fujinami armbar, though, which I love that goddamn, the Tiger suplex into the armbar midair, sick, 66, though, for Shane Strickland and Top Flight, Flight Club taking on the Dragon's Den as Strickland beating Show. Yeah, Show was the worst guy in the match, rather, and then Kyle O'Reilly and Dante Martin were the best guys in the match. Pretty back and forth matchup there. Just, obviously Show's just not at that same level as everybody else, but pretty solid six-man matchup. Pretty solid. It's probably a better matchup for New Japan Strong, but that's okay. United Empire, though, losing to the Kingdom of Strong Style as Cobb pinning Makabe at the Tour of the Islands. Again, tough break for Makabe. Jeff Cobb with a 45. Embarrassing. Got the buzzing, though. Solid little matchup from that perspective. 79 for Nakamura and Hammerstone. Sucks that they... because that's an actual fun team there. They have excellent chemistry together. They could be a fun little tag team, but Hammerstone's leaving, so... Gotta job him out. Kazuchika Okada beating Hammerstone with a lariat. He gets a 53, though. That's awful. Awful. I think he's got some morale issues right now is why that was so bad, but I could be wrong. Yeah, just a little morale and poor momentum as well. It's brutal. 78, though. It's the House of Torture against LIJ. As Shingo Takagi pinning Masashi Takeda with a pumping bomber. Nice win from Shingo and LIJ. It's crazy. Shingo's now outperforming Naito, mainly because Naito was off his game, but it's a fun little six-man, though. Decent little matchup. In the main event, glad this was the main, as Hiromu and Bushi beating Jay White and Drew Parker, as Hiromu with the time bomb over Drew Parker. It's a nice little main event. Good stuff, yeah, a little 82 there. We'll take it. Not a bad tour show at all. As on to day 6. Fucking what a shot, though, that is. I love that. Boy, Hakushi ruled. As he still rules. It's crazy how great of a shape he's in right now, because, he's basically the same size, and this was 94, 95? I want to say, actually, yeah, 95, so 27 years ago, and he's still jacked as hell. But yeah, we just have days 7, 8, and 9, or no, rather 7 and 8 left. As yeah, I mean, so we're coming up on the end of the tour, just like that. Felt like we just started recording, and now we're almost at the end. Alrighty, so I got some backstage incidents here for day 6. Is Nagata passing on microphone work to the Great Okan, and then Kojima doing the same thing, passing it on to Heiharu Tamura. So, we have a big ass angle to talk about, and that is the Rainmaker. It's no more. The video uploaded to New Japan World, it is quite a long one there. It's a 10-minute video. This is very, very in-depth. We'll try to talk about it as much as we can here, because there's so much to go on here. But really the big thing is, with a voiceover of Okada talking about how, as far as losing and showing, what, took place after Wrestle Dynasty, him kind of losing his shit in the backstage area, and he just like, I can't believe that was me. They're kind of looking back at that and just going, how I could just lose my cool like that really showed that I needed to change. And, as far as talks about what he did after Wrestle Dynasty, he said, when I got on the plane to come back home, I didn't even go to, as far as the Tokyo Dome Hotel, didn't go anywhere that people thought I would be. He literally went back home, as far as he talks about it, being in, as far as just back home. And I'm trying to remember, man, I should have wrote that down where he's, because I want to say it's Toku, Japan is where he's from. Let me just double check this, because I'm pretty sure that's where he's from. So they're going to be, and let's scroll down. Keep on scrolling. Boy, Okada. Achi, that's right, Andrew Achi, Japan. Alright, there we go. So, that was in the, like the Nagasaki prefectural area is kind of where it's at. But, and just being back home, just kind of sensed that he needed to find himself. So he just, he's just reflecting on his career, for 12 years now. What motivated me when I was, and as far as, because, as far as the time-wise, now he'd be 36, 35 there, I want to say. And, that was, obviously, 12 years ago. It was 23, it's a much different time, and talking about how what fueled him coming back to New Japan off of Excursion was being the Rainmaker, this character that I created to hide myself. That was kind of what he's talking about as far as that character. I wasn't ready. Wasn't ready for the big stage. Didn't feel like I deserved the accolades, the shots that I was getting. But once, me and Geto got together, it helped motivate me to prove everybody wrong. After I beat, Tanahashi, and just kind of like seeing the outpour of disdain. Everyone's saying this kid's green as shit. He's not ready. This isn't his moment. What are they doing? And it just kind of reflects what he's done. And I've done it all. I've been IWGP Heavyweight Champion 7 times over. Been a Intercontinental Champion now. He's been a U.S. Champion. He's won G1s. He's won King of Pro Wrestling. So he's, done it all. New Japan Cups he's won. And he says all those accolades. And all I was doing was filling a void, trying to fill a void. And he couldn't do it. And he said, just kind of reflecting. Needed to reflect more. So he went to a fucking Zen temple and joined the monks. Joined, as far as with Zen, and was on this quest for Zazen. And it shows him, so this is just like a voiceover and highlights of kind of what his career has been up to this point. And then it's him in the woods, leaves are blowing, the full on, the autumn leaves are blowing, and he does the Rainmaker pose, but it's a much different Kazuchika Okada. He's in a full on robe, he's got a shaved head, and then he drops down to the lotus stance and kind of turns around, looks at the camera, and then does the shot at seeing Okada. And it kind of talks about his journey through what he's done. And as far as, for the past couple of weeks, he's been here training. He's been learning to try to be zen with himself, because he figured out that every time he stepped out there, he was trying to prove people wrong as the Rainmaker. It became his obsession. It became something that he felt like he had to prove night in, night out, every time he stepped through that curtain, that he was the best in the world. That he was a guy that had all the money in the world, had all the success in the world, and saw what it drove him to drive guys away from him. It talks about what happened with Yoshihashi, and saying, as far as driving him out, when he was somebody that was there for him day one. As far as talking about Wrestle Kingdom. Was it 7, 6? Yeah, Wrestle Kingdom 6. As far as, the gear that was too big for him. How he shaped himself to fit that gear, to be the top guy, to be a guy that is a flag bearer. Literally, not only a flag bearer for New Japan, held the Olympic torch at one point in 2020, and talks about just kind of all the things that he went through. And how still he felt this emptiness, and he's now on this path of Zazen. And he talks about Koji Kuyume, which is literally, as far as it's the investigation and clarification of oneself. It's the purpose of being Zen and Zazen, and in this study of Zen Buddhism. And he is just like looking at what he represented, chaos even. He's a chaos. This is not what I need to be. So I'm coming older. I'm thinking, he talks about, I'm 36 now. I'm not that same young kid anymore. That's not me. He says to the Chaos guys, he said, listen, if you guys want to join me in this journey of finding oneself, if you guys feel like you don't know yourself right now, don't know what your purpose is right now, feel free to join me. If you don't want to, hey, that's fine by me. You want to carry on with Chaos, you want to start your own thing, you want to join somewhere else, there's no hard feelings. I'm on my mission to find myself. And he just says, you can come down here. It talks about where it's at, where the temple's at. Come shave your head and join the journey. And he just kind of jokes about what it's like for him, being somebody that had everything, had the nice cars, had the nice clothes, all the success, and it still was nothing for him. And now he's reset himself. He's trying to find himself. Ripped off everything. The hair is gone. The fancy clothes are gone. He is trying to go and find himself. It's a big transformation. It's not just a complete character overhaul. It's a character destruction into a completely new character. This Zen-like approach. It's very different to what Okada is. It's a complete 180 to the brash arrogance, kind of the young, really the money playboy that he was, into then just the full-on best wrestler in the world. And even talks about his reign as the IWGP Heavyweight Champion, that long reign, saying that, he's breaking records as this heavyweight champion. He was, as far as destroying his body, and yet still every night was trying to prove that he belonged and he was one of the best in the world. So it was just never really feeling like he belonged. He just kept on feeling like he needed to prove himself. So long-ass kind of, this is basically like a mini documentary, if you will. It's not even like a promo. This is a full-on rebirth of Okada. So very, very different to what they see. And as far as, so that gets aired on New Japan World. We see Doring and Harada team up to take on Claudio and Castagnoli and Rex Steiner. So Rex Steiner's going to beat Tomoya Harada there. Obviously not the opener, I just figured since we were talking about Chaos to add that. Tozawa and what should be Fred Yehai. There we go, it is Fred Yehai. Just wasn't set right, but Tozawa and Fred Yehai beating Takeshi Masada and Yuya Kuraku. Then we got Chaos in the Court of Justice, which is, Goto, Kira Francesco, and Yo against Juice Robinson, the Headhunter, and El Fantasmo's the Headhunter, beating Yo in 10 minutes. So obviously, playing off of that as well. Then, where's this technical masterclass matchup is the question. I want to say it's probably this House of Nokiism Flight Club matchup. It is, as it's Fredericks with Coughlin Connors against Hayato Junior Fujita in Top Flight. But Fredericks getting the win there, so we'll have that. We'll probably put that here. Yeah, it's a good call. Now the main and co-main. So I think the main is probably going to be this kind of mixed match of the main and co-main, and Zack Sabre Jr., Daniel Makabe, and Jonathan Gresham against Pac, Ray Phoenix, and Ryu Lee, which Ray Phoenix and Ryu Lee on the same team absolutely rules. It's a bit of a dream pairing there, plus with Pac. It's a pretty awesome six-man, but they lose because they're not an official, they don't have the team cohesiveness. They don't have, the chemistry there. Obviously the first time teaming, there's a bit of a not as well as a well-oiled machine that is the United Empire. So Makabe beating Ryu Lee there in 20 minutes, and that will be the main event. And House of Torture against Sanada and Bushi. Drew Parker beating Bushi in 20 minutes. Nice win for House of Torture there. They needed a win going into their kind of final matchup coming up. Because we just have days 7 and 8 left. I'm trying to think. I think we've kind of ran everywhere besides Osaka. Yeah, we didn't run Hokkaido as well. Actually, I haven't ran a lot of places. Let's see here. So we got the Hiroshima Green Arena, also the Sun Plaza. Oh yeah, the Okuyama Convention Center. We'll definitely run there. That works for me. Oh, I love it. There's so many more places now to run. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Yeah, so day 6. We're running the show. Hopefully. Don't know why. There we go. I tell you, the little video does well. Hell yeah. But yeah, this is the new look Okada. As far as you kind of... It's nice I got to just use an actual picture, because with how kind of zoned in the picture is zoomed in, the picture is with Okada, it looks like he's kind of got his shaved head and it's just kind of like growing back on the sides when, obviously he's full on shaven, but he's got the robe there. Makes sense. So yeah, the change of the character. No more see the franchise player, no more the guy, as far as he is now the Zen monk. And wow, it actually went over well. That's pretty awesome. Hell yeah, not that it matters, because, the character doesn't even work in this, as far as... But just from the story perspective, it just makes sense for him to be considered that. Before yeah, in Akira Tozawa, getting the win over Yuya Koroku and Takeshi Masada. So yeah, much needed win there for Suzuki-gun. In the opener 62, for House of Nokiism versus Flight Club, as House of Nokiism getting the win. Carl Fredericks getting the win there with as far as with the lifting DT over Darius Martin. Clark Connors was off his game. That kind of hurt the match a little bit. Pretty, straightforward matchup. Slightly better team in House of Nokiism, but it's very, very close. I was kind of curious here. Ratings boost for the tag experience for both teams. Sick. His poor momentum from Fredericks kind of more the big thing, but once his momentum kind of gets back, he should be doing just as well as the other guys. It's Goto, Francesco, and Yo losing the Court of Justice. Juice Robinson and Headhunter and El Fantasma doing very, very well there. But the Headhunter getting one with the guillotine choke over Yo in 10 minutes. Love it. 68 for Claudio Castagnoli, Rex Steiner against Joe Doring and Tomoya Harada. It's Rex Steiner winning with the Steiner recline over Harada. Tough break there for Rex Steiner as far as with a 41. Harada and Joe Doring, though, were terrible on that match of 50s and 55s. Just got awful. 78, though, for House of Torture against Sanada and Bushi, as Drew Parker beating Bushi with a flying foot stomp. It's a nice win for the House of Torture. So a solid little matchup. 2 teams with excellent chemistry. It's solid. That program has gone really well, actually. LIJ and House of Torture. But the main event, United Empire versus Pac and Ray Phoenix and Ryu Lee. The armchair German suplex for Daniel Makabe over Ryu Lee. Awesome. Just fucking awesome. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. 82 there for the show. Not bad at all. If we would just had that open up the show, this show would have been like crazy. But obviously, because it's a video, just as far as make it a pre-show thing. But yeah, on to day 7, and we get to see the fallout of that as far as we get to see now Chaos members pick their side. Are they gonna join on this search for Zen with Okada, or are they gonna go stick, with this Chaos and keep Chaos alive? Or are they gonna start their own thing? We'll find out. Alright, day 7. As we, of course, have the big line in the sand moment for Chaos today. As we'll probably, run Hokkaido and then run Osaka for the final tour show before the actual final show. It's happening at the National Stadium. Let's see. So either 1,500, which is actually solid for what we usually have to do. We usually have to run this 8,000 seater. So I guess, we'll just run there. Boy, what a mouthful that venue is. But, so as far as we see who picks who. So we're going to see, as far as during, it's just like, I guess, I'm leading this shindig. As far as, because, Shino's gone, and then Takashita obviously just started. And Ishii's, banged up. And as far as with Ishii, he's wanting to go with Okada. He's loyal to him. Francesco's like, he brought me in here. So he's going with Okada as well, and Goto's going with him. But during, he was just like, I'm not doing that dumb shit. I'm not becoming a monk. Get the fuck out of here. So he walks off. And, as far as Harada's just shaking his head at Ishii, they embrace, though, as far as better terms. And but I don't see Yo here. But Yo is actually like, I think a fresh start would be great for me. But Rocky's just like, I'm 42 now. Don't think it's time for a rebrand. I'm very comfortable and happy with what I'm doing right now. And they embrace it. They, as far as they go their separate ways. And Takashita. Konosuke Takashita, the man that Okada just brought in, just, touching his hairs, and kind of thinking about it, and goes, I can't do it. Just can't do it. He walks away. But Goto, Ishii, and Yo and Francesco are all joining Okada's little, I wouldn't even say it, I guess a journey is the best way to go going about it. It's a journey on trying to find Zen in your life and trying to find your purpose. Much more than a pro wrestling thing, it seems like, with this. But, we'll have that be I figured we wouldn't be able to have Ishii, but I figured if we were able to have... I thought he was able to work an angle. So, Ishii's not going to be there. Fuck. That's okay. No big deal. Now we'll have to scroll all the way back up to none, but that's fine. That works. So, you see, kind of the people that have left, they're not going to be on the show. But since Konosuke Takashita and Tomoya Harada are still here, they get to take on Hanare and Taichi, which Harada's going to beat Hanare here. First of all, what a win for Tomoya Harada. Actually, let's change that up. Let's give it to Takashita. Takashita is going to beat. We'll have him beat Hanare. I think that's a good call. Yeah. 10-minute match, though. We probably should have given that a little bit more time, but obviously with it being a Steal the Show matchup, kind of is what it is. SB Kento and Bushi against Velocities, as this is another Steal the Show matchup, but SB Kento going to get the win for LIJ. So let's give this way more time. That deserves more time. We'll slow build it. I think the reason why this was a Steal the Show matchup is because... Actually, let's just have it be a Tactical Masterclass matchup. We'll have it open up the show. Why not? Because I think it's because they don't have chemistry is why that was set like that. Well, Hobbs and John Silver against Juice Robinson and El Fantasma. Low build up, obviously, to Juice and Hobbs. Juice is going to beat John Silver, though. 20 minutes. Not bad. It's kind of weird that we're booking this ass backwards, but now we'll start kind of looking and see ahead here. Because this is probably the main. Maybe not. Probably this. We'll see. Yes, this is the right call to have this be the main. So it's 6-man of Zack, Makabe, and Great Okan against Pac, Red Phoenix, and Eddie Kingston. Pac's going to beat the Great Okan in 20 minutes. Mechs of Blood versus United Empire. all of Mexa Blood against the basically juniors of United Empires. Gavin McGavin's going to beat Flamita in 20 minutes. That is wild. And House of Torture against Blastoff. Yeah, we don't need this to be the Technical Masterclass matchup now. So we just have this be a regular 20-minute junior heavyweight tag matchup. So, not the biggest as far as name value-wise or anything like that, but it told a story. You get to see kind of the fallout of what's going on with, as far as seeing, Chaos get split apart, and now kind of what's going to happen with Chaos, as far as Chaos still going to be a thing, is, as far as Doring is just basically flat out said no. Takashita was very torn about it. He just didn't want to lose his hair. As far as seems like maybe a shallow thing to do, since literally everyone that kind of was brought in by Okada has sided with Okada besides him, and Francesco looking to get a fresh start, and Yo looking to get a fresh start. So it should be pretty exciting to see how that plays out. But yeah, we're good to go on the show. Let's run it. 51 for the backstage angle, and you see the Kazuchika Okada as the new stable, if you want to call it the stable. So we were going to eventually, the plan was at first to call it like the Temple of Zazen or something, but I thought that was a little too on the nose, having it just be Kazuchika Okada. Felt like that makes a lot of sense. You get the little white background too. You get the Kazuchika Okada and the Japanese text as well, and you get the symbol for like I believe that is the symbol for Kazuchika Okada, though. Or no, that's the symbol for peace. Yeah, that's what it is. Peace in Japan. So yeah, or in Japan in kanji. So yeah, it's kind of funny how it worked out. How it's like every other person. That's the kind of that was not the intent, but it works out really well there. Sick. So 67 here. Yeah, Taichi and Anoa'i, they don't team up together well there, but Konosuke Takashita doing the heavy lifting of that matchup as he gets one with the wall of Takashita in 1826. 69. Nice. Ibushi and SB Kendo against Paris de Silva and Jude London. Velocity's losing here to the LIJ team, even though they have the tag team specialist bonus. Ibushi and SB Kendo, fun little team. And they pull off the win there. So another 69 for Jason Lee and Shun Skywalker against Ishimori and Drew Parker, as Drew Parker with a bloody dragon in 20 minutes over Shun Skywalker. Nice little win there, nice little match. Basically dead even. Just slightly better is Ishimori there than Jason Lee. Not bad at all. 77 for the Junior 8-man. United Empire, Mexa Blood. United Empire getting one with Gavin McGavin with a huge win over Flamita. It's pretty close between Flamita and Gavin McGavin, though. Only 3-point difference, but yeah, Gresham with a 75, 79 for Ryu Lee. Just all around, I'd say pretty solid stuff. 73 for Will Hobbs and John Silver against El Phantasmo and Juice Robinson as Court of Justice, beating the Will Hobbs, John Silver team. Juice with the Pulp Friction. Nice win, nice match, though. That was a slightly better team, too, with Juice Robinson and El Phantasmo. 76 for United Empire in Task Force Death. It's Pac pinning the Great Okan with the Shooting Star Senton. It's a nice little main event. So yeah, with Chaos, Rocky will not be a part of New Japan anymore. We're going to send him down to CMLL and let him kind of, that will be his send-off. We'll be wrestling in Mexico. Doring will still be a part of the New Japan roster, obviously, because it's Joe Doring, but we'll see what he does in the upcoming episodes. And for Tomoya Harada, same thing. He's still going to be a part of the main roster. He's just kind of freelancing, same thing, obviously, for Takashita. But yeah, that's pretty solid show. Not as good as probably some of the other shows we've ran so far in this tour, but not a bad, as far as the little tour show. But now on to the final tour show here, as we've made it. We made it to the end. Just one more tour show, and then we'll be at the Autumn Attack show, and what will be Shibata's final match. It's kind of crazy. We're coming up on his last match in the series, as well as obviously a major main event for the Junior Heavyweight title. Alrighty, so the final tour show, we see the new look Kazuchika Okada against Taichi. That will be the main event in the singles matchup, as Satoshi Kojima passing on micro work to Heiharu Tamura. As then we got Claudio Castagnoli for Jedi against Tyler Black and Malachi Black. But yeah, Okada, Taichi, the new look Okada, he will win. It will not be with the Rainmaker, though. He's completely revamped himself. We'll see what the finisher will be, because he's got a couple of them. We'll talk about each one if it arises, as, we'll just do it like one at a time. Don't have to be too in-depth right now about it. But this is probably the co-main, though, this Suzuki-Gun House of Black matchup. Okay, never mind, the Technical Match Class matchup. Tyler Black's going to beat Fred Yai, though, in 20 minutes. What an opener that's going to be. Robbie Eagles and El Kukui against Sakuya Miyagi and Kazuchi Kadora, which you already know Kazuchi Kadora is going to be the shits in that matchup, but El Kukui is going to get the win for his House of Black team. Nice night for House of Black, it looks like. House of Torture LIJ, God only knows what this is going to be. Oh, it's the big ass 10-man, that's right. It's Ishimori is going to be SB Kento. Nice win for House of Torture going into the final show. Yeah, big ass 10-man. Love a nice 10-man tag. Can't beat it. Order Destruction versus Dragon Thin, though. This is a hell of a match, though. Calvin Tankman, Will Hobbs against Kyle O'Reilly and Hayao Tamura, as Tankman's going to beat Kyle O'Reilly there. Yeah, this is Steal the Show, so we'll put that right before there. Then the final match of the tour that be added, United Empire, Kingdom of Strong Style, 6-man tag. Drew Gulak's going to beat Alex Shelley, so the challengers are going to beat the champions here, going into the final show as well. Yeah, I guess we'll put it there. That's tough, though. That's actually a really, really fun show. Yeah, we'll have this be in Osaka. So we got, yeah, this Wakayama Perfectional Gym again. We'll just, since there's really no new venue to run here. We got the Sun Arena. Oh, it's an indoor arena. We got, yeah, we'll probably just stick with the Osaka Dome. Oh, well, there's the Osaka Dome again. We'll have to change that, or get rid of that. Yeah, that works for me. Alrighty, so we're good to go. Let's run it. 55 of the opener. Yep, Kazuchi Kadora with a 17. Brutal. Brutal. See, loses to the Dream Destroyer from El Kukui. Robbie Eagles with a 64. That's not bad at all. Kuya Miyagi, though, with a 41. He's getting a lot better already. 74 for Claudio and Fred Yai against Malachi Black and Tyler Black. Tyler Black, though, was really off his game. Surprised Malachi Black was so bad in this match. Oh, the wrong team won. There, but the challengers. I guess the challenger, in Tyler Black's case, beating one half of, as far as Claudio and Yai. Order of Destruction, beating the Dragon's Den team, which that was really close. That came down to 1 point difference as Tankman pinning Kyle O'Reilly with the Doomsday Plunge. Love it. That probably should have been a little bit higher, but that's okay. And 82, never mind, as the 6-man. Goes over pretty well. Drew Gulak with a spine splitter over Alex Shelley in 20 minutes. Hell of a 6-man. Nakamura and Kushida and Shelley doing really well there. The Great Okan with a 75. Yeah, that was solid stuff there. At 83 for the 10-man. As Ishimori, the Blade Cross over SB Kento. Love it. Hiromu with an 84. Sonata with a 77. 75 for Miro. 72 for Jay White. And 71 for Naito. Bushi with a 66. 65 for Ishimori. And 61 for Brody King. 60 for SB Kento. And Drew Parker with the worst guy with a 58. That's kind of surprising. But yeah, that was some solid shit. Love it. And 81 is Okada gets the win with the Haju Bomb. Now, the Haju Bomb, it's a pop-up power bomb, but after he hits it, he drops down in the lotus stance on top of his opponent and pins him that way. So it's a little unique in the sense of with the finish, but the power bomb, the pop-up power bomb, it's something different. It's I didn't want to do anything with like the wrist clutch or the ripcord into it because I felt like people would be expecting the Rainmaker, and I wanted it to be something completely different. So we have the Haju Bomb. He also has the Lotus Lock, which is literally what it is as far as it's an actual move, but figured that'd be a nice idea. And then he's got a La Maestral. I wanted something to be a little just kind of using a bit of the transition and kind of going back and harkening back to his Ultimo Dragon training. There was the idea. But yeah, Haju Bomb, he's got two different variations of it. He's got the straight up pop-up powerbomb, and the pop-up catches him into the powerbomb, does a running powerbomb instead, so it's a little bit more impactful and a little bit more visually like appeasing, because he's a strong motherfucker. He can do that to some of those kind of guys of his size that he can do. As far as maybe even the smaller guys, like if he has to take on like a junior, or a guy that's elevated from the junior scene, like a Pac or a Nakabe, from that, perspective as well. But yeah, Okada gets the win with this new Zen approach. Whole new finisher, whole new everything, whole new music. It's a whole new era of Kazuchika Okada. He gets the win there over Taichi. And on to the final show we go. As I cannot wait to see how it all plays out. This is going to be a fun-ass show. It's a different type of show than what we've been doing. But I love it. I love to see it. And I think we get a hell of a match lined up for that main event. I think that tag match should go over well. And we'll see how the Headhunter does against this new Kazuchika Okada. Alrighty, as we are here for Autumn Attack, as you can see, it's all enormous. We maxed it out. New Japan World is maxed out. Just like that. Unreal. Wow. Nakamura and Kenta was the main event last year. Then Sabre Jr. and Shotaro Ashino was the co-main. Okada, Shibata. It's wild. Wild to have that rematch for that matchup. But now, kind of fast forward to today, those two men are on much different paths than where they were. And then Tanahashi and Fujinami, that's wild. Never openweight title matchup, and now where they're at now, as far as they were the New Japan Strong Openweight Tag Team Champions. Until recently, once the Young Bucks beat them, as that happened back this, as far as this week's New Japan Strong taping. So, well, yeah, we had a lot of matches on this show. 9-match card. Yeah, because I think I wanted this to be kind of the big, like one of the big three shows. But I just, we're in a weird spot right now with this Autumn Attack show where we got guys injured. Yeah, we were going to have Nakamura and Walter on this show. That's not happening now. I don't think we even added the Ryu Lee Jonathan Gresham matchup. I thought we did. I guess we'll just change to this now. Ryu Lee and Jonathan Gresham. That's wild. That, I forgot to add this. But yeah, Ryu Lee's gonna win. He's gonna beat Jonathan Gresham. Major win for Ryu Lee. This is his second reign. It's technically his first under the Ryu Lee name, but he won it when he was Dragon Lee. It's been a while, though. That was 2018, 19? It was before COVID. Take a look. Oh, no, we had him win during the series. I thought we did. Oh, so yeah, this is his third reign. So he ties Ospreay, he ties Hiromu. Pretty sick. He ties Devitt, Ibushi. I think that's fair. More I think about it, I don't know. Just don't know. Because Gresham obviously won the triple threat and he beat him. And the first time Riley beat him was like a throwaway match on the G1. Yeah, I think it's time. I think a new junior champion. It makes sense. Yeah. Riley. New junior champ. Get to add that. To the main co-main, though, it will be Zack Sabre Jr. and Daniel Makabe losing to Pac and Ray Fenix. Pac's going to beat Daniel Makabe, building up to the title matchup there. Then Okada and the Headhunter. And the Headhunter beats him. No interference. Interference is being, as far as they've, the New Japan office, yeah, as far as Harold Mage, he banned the Court of Justice from ringside. Straight up matchup. The Headhunter beats him. Here's the finish. Okada goes for that high Jew bomb. Yoshihashi sees it coming now. Counters it for the Yoshitonic. Which, what a finish. Yeah, as far as he hits that, but doesn't pin him off of that. I know I just said that, what a finish. But hits that into then the guillotine choke, which Okada does not tap. He passes out. And the Headhunter beats him, chokes him out. Unreal. What a win. He beats Okada. Shocker. Shocker. I kind of forget the rest of the card. I think, yes, it's Dangman and Hayato Tamura. For the never open title, Tamura retains. What a reign. He's been killing it. What a match that would be, though. They would be. That's an electric match. The Naito is going to be Jay White, so we're going to build to, as well, Royal Quest. Naito and Oromu taking on Jay White and Miro for the tag team titles. So that's why that is happening. As far as why that finish is taking place. Juice Robinson versus Will Hobbs. Briefcase. Juice Robinson's going to win. He keeps the briefcase. Moriarty and Drew Gulak against Kushida and Alex Shelley, the Time Splitters. Time Splitters retain. A 12-minute matchup, and then Rushmore against Tanahashi, Fujinami, Shibata, and Ibushi is AJ beat Shibata. And we say farewell to the legend in Katsuyori Shibata. So we're going to pro-show press conference. We'll have one with Peck. I'll just say, yeah, we'll just have it be Pac. But the Task Force Death guys are behind him, though. You know, like Kingston and Kenta and Ray Fenix, obviously, and you know, Pentagon Jr. and Shota Umino's there. Yeah, just the whole gang's there. But this is, you know, Okada. Pac is you know, issuing out the warning that he's going to win that heavyweight title. He's going to take it from Zack Sabre Jr. in England. He's going to prove he's the best British-born wrestler in New Japan right now. He's going to prove that he's better than Zack Sabre Jr. And he's going to prove that Task Force Death is still the best group in New Japan, and that he is going to take, you know, as far as Task Force Death, to the heights of which it was years prior, you know, as far as when they were running roughshod over New Japan. Then we'll have one with Okada. As you will have Okada. He's not pissed. It's a much different. It is Zen. It is Okada as far as. And he sits down at the table, kind of looks around, and stands back up, gets on the table, goes into a lotus stance, you know, throws out the Rainmaker pose in the lotus stance, and just kind of mums and hums, you know, his way through it, and just, you know, deep breath, deep relaxation, and he says, you know, listen, tonight wasn't my night. Head Hunter, you've proved yourself. You've proved that you not only improved from once you were here, but it looks like that fire, that passion, and that anger, it fueled you tonight. But just, you know, have your solace, have your win, celebrate, do whatever you gotta do with the Court of Justice, but just know you're not gonna win it all in the end. It will overcome you. It will be embedded in your mind and your brain, and you will just keep on wanting to dish out pain and this punishment, this injustice that you guys are talking about. You should probably look inward and realize what's wrong with you guys. What is your problems that you're dealing with, that where you have to say that you have to right these wrongs of New Japan and what happened to you guys. You should probably look inward. Okada with some strong words. Kind of with some strong words for the Court of Justice, and just kind of saying, listen, you know, I was lost today, but you guys are going to lose in the end. You know, it's going to catch up to you. You're going to be, you know, fueled by hate, and it's going to succumb you, and it's going to make you a worse person. We're getting deep. Okada's getting deep on this post-show press conference. Yeah, talking about Juice as well. Which, what a, now a complete 180 from what this post-show press conference will be with the Court of Justice. Is Juice with a just obscenity spread tirade. We'll just go with Court of Justice. COJ. As Juice is just saying, look at this shit. And just, you know, holding up Head on his arms and just being like, this is the fucking man right here. This is what we're all about. Serving injustice. Put him in the guillotine choke. He choked his ass out. This is what we're all about. Slams that G1 briefcase down and says, "This is now that Okada has been dealt with handily by us. We've been, just talking about how him and Headhunter. Then he's like, don't worry, Taichi, don't worry. Sure, you lost to him, but we took care of him. Don't worry about it." Just kind of Taichi's just like, shit. He's just like, right. I could have been in this group, but nah, Juice and Headhunter just being the top guys of Court of Justice, and it says that we got the keys, to set out that injustice. And with the Headhunter getting that big win over Okada, he's just like, well, Headhunter, he's got a lot of options he can go with. He wasn't part of the G1, but I'm sure he can get an Intercontinental title match. I'm sure he can get a never open weight title match. It kind of runs through all the names in the list and goes, we definitely could see a new champion amongst us. And with with himself, with the Headhunter. So it's gonna take a lot more than a big bald-headed bastard in Kazuchika Okada. And he says he wipes his ass with that robe, and then the Zen like approach. He's busy going town to town, going to gas station dick, taking gas station dick pills, and going back to Tony Storm every night. Nah, he doesn't say that, but that'd be electric if he did. But that's just that's the type of tirade we're talking about here. He's letting it loose. The juice is loose in that post-show press conference. But yeah, it's gonna be a memorable one. Because that's kind of what it sucks that Juice kind of went away from that, because that's kind of what he was best with in New Japan. Those kind of incredible fiery promos. And now we can do it from like the heel perspective too. I think it'd be a lot of entertainment there. But yeah, and also the final one, post-show press conference for Shibata, as just talks about what it meant to end it out tonight as far as that career of his, and with being sharing that ring with Tanahashi, with Fujinami. Probably should have had Nakamura out there, to be honest, but Nakamura surprises him with the champagne. Like it's Nakamura and it's all those guys you just mentioned. They got the champagne, they're popping it on Shibata, and they're just pouring it on the stoic man who just embraces it and gives it and just celebrates the moment. Because this is, talking about a big ass moment. A guy that thought it was over. Thought he'd never step foot in the ring again. And got an extra couple of years out of it in this save because of that. And massive. He became a U.S. champion. I think he even had an Overweight Championship reign again with it. It just, it's awesome. Awesome to see, but yeah, very fun. Very, very fun to see all that, and the Three Musketeers. And Tanahashi Nakamura joking about, like, who's next? Which one of us is going to hang it up next? We got to, carry the old guard. Got to keep, strong style alive. We got to keep the spirit alive of what we kind of broke in with, type of deal. And it's just a fun little, a nice little ebb and flow of these post-show press conferences. We're going in a whole different direction. Pac with a fiery promo about Zack, and then Okada with his promo, then a fiery one from Juice about Okada. Then we just get the celebration of Katsuyori Shibata. But yeah, we should be a sellout crowd, hopefully. Oh, not even close. Oof. Yeah, you could see the economy in the wrestling industry. At least it's rising, but it's not really there. It is just called All-In Attack. I don't think it's called... Oh, it is called All-In Attack at National Stadium. So we could change it to, let's see. Could go with, either... Oh, man. This is, because I don't think it's going to be, like, a big enough venue for it. Because, yeah, you have the, Jinju Stadium. Well, Nissan Stadium might be a better call. Oh, we got the Sayama Stadium. Yeah, the fucking, what they built for the World Cup. It's run there. And then you got the Sayama Super Arena, which I don't think that's called that anymore. Pretty sure they changed the name of that, but that is sick that they get the. I'm cool that they call it that in this mod because it's such a historic venue. Yeah, that. So we still get a football stadium, but Autumn Attack in Sayama. Yeah, that works for me. Sayama. Perfect. Just want to make sure I spelled it right. Yeah, I could tell. It's just S-A-I-T-A. Ama. Yeah. Perfect. Autumn Attack in Sayama in 2024. Let's run the show. 83 for the opener. Shibata's farewell match. 51. Styles Class of AJ. Jesus, that could have been really bad. I imagine he breaks his fucking... pulls a Yoshitatsu on him. Oh, God. That'd been brutal. What a brutal way to end out his career. But luckily, that does not happen. As the Midnight Express for Kushida, beating Drew Gulak there, and they retain their freshly won titles. Pretty solid matchup. I mean, Moriarty and Gulak were the better team. But, you know, Kushida and Shelley, they're such a fun little team. I'm cool with it. Cool with that win. A 77 for Juice and Will Hobbs. That's crazy. Juice was off his game, so he was the worst man of the two. But nice win for Juice Robinson, keeping that briefcase. And an 85 for the Never Open 6-man tag team title matchup. Hiromu, Sanada, and Naito beating the House of Torture team. Miro's an 84. It's really impressive. Second best guy in the match. But yeah, it's making them the third defense for the Never Open 6-man tag team titles. Hell of a win for LIJ. An 83 for Calvin Tankman and Ao Tamura. What a match. This is the first defense for Tamura's freshly won Never Openweight title. Here is the jackhammer from Tamura, which, imagine picking up that big son of a bitch in Calvin Tankman for a jackhammer. That's electric. That's 55,000 people on their seat, or out of their seats, and standing for that one. That is incredible. What a visual. 91 for the Headhunter and Okada. He does win with that, after the, countering the Haju Bomb into the Yoshitonic, into the guillotine choke then. Love it. Chokes him out. What a win for the Headhunter. I thought about having a visual where he has that guillotine and he looks to hit it, and he like changes his mind. He kind of slings it down and it just misses him, type of thing. It goes like above his head. But I felt like that'd be a little too, like, I think at that rate, with this Court of Justice, they probably would have actually full on done it instead of like teasing it. So yeah, I think that we'll save that for another time. But still a great angle idea, I think. Love it, though. Love it. It's an 89 for the co-main event. Probably should just had Okada the Headhunter be the co-main. But Pac with a shooting star senton over Daniel Makabe. He just refuses to win with that black arrow. But what a match. Lack of psychology there in the co-main. But other than that, I'm still cool with it. Pac and Rey Fenix. They were the worst team out of the two. Zack Sabre Jr. Makabe, what a team. I mean, these two, just phenomenal. Phenomenal teams. And, yeah, it's a hell of a co-main. Cannot wait for that Pac Zack Sabre Jr. matchup. And a 96 for our main event as Ryu Lee is the new Junior Heavyweight Champion. Unreal. I can't believe I got a 96. I figured it'd be good. Didn't think it'd be like a 96. But I was thinking low 90s. But that's incredible. That's actually a really good show because of that now. The post-show press conferences go off relatively well. Hell yeah. We send Shibata home happy at least with the champagne shower. Love it though. I'm so proud of our junior heavyweights there. Think about where we were in that first Best Super Juniors, where it was literally the worst tour like ever. Like Gresham was doing like 30s and 40s. Rey Fenix was struggling. And now look at them. They're the main and co-mains of a show that's got 55,000 people in there. 89 and 96 performances in their matches. Incredible. Incredible. Shout out Okada and Headhunter, though. We should have put a lot more faith into that. I didn't think Headhunter had it in him to pull off a pretty good rating, especially with the upset win. But hell yeah, what a show. What a show. Definitely put over Ryu Lee, definitely put over Okada, and big hug for Shibata. Leave the memories alone. Hell fucking yeah. Yeah, we definitely should have Nakamura in the opener, but that's neither here nor there. As, man, what a show. And, we end out the Autumn Attack, and now build towards Royal Quest. Pac, Zack Sabre Jr., main event for the heavyweight title. Tyler Black versus Claudio Castagnoli for the U.S. title. Tag team title matchup as well as Hiromu and Naito against Jay White and Miro. Intercontinental title matchup with Brody and Volter. And then for the G1 briefcase as well, Kushida taking on Juice Robinson. And we're also going to see Nakamura and Shelley taking on Honore and El Fantasma. That's what we have of the card right now. So we'll add probably 2 more matches to it. And that will be the total card. So basically, a full-on card is already set. So that's cool to see. Love it, though. Love the Autumn Attack show in Sayama. Thought it did a really good job. And now, on to the Royal Quest, which I cannot believe. We lost a lot of money. We lost a lot of money with, investing into the New Japan World. But I think we got enough money to bring it back and make it a relatively closer. I'll say around 15 million loss in total for the month. But then obviously it's full steam ahead, and we'll be just raking in cash throughout the next couple of months. Super excited to see how this Royal Quest show will do, and we'll catch you guys next time for it. Take care, everyone.